Real Madrid's opening act this season has felt less like a prelude and more like a proclamation. The Bernabeu has hummed with a renewed confidence after another authoritative win, this time a 2-0 dispatching of Espanyol that extended a perfect start across competitions and left the club with an ironclad defensive ledger. The numbers are stark, only 2 goals conceded in 5 league matches, a defensive beginning Madrid have not matched since the 2015-16 campaign. That statistic isn't trivia, it's a statement about structure, discipline and a coach's imprint. Xabi Alonso has stitched together a backline that defends as a unit, mixing the old guard's steady presence with the fearless rush of youth. Young talents and newer signings have stepped into roles with a hunger that translates into tackles, clearances and disciplined positioning, while veterans have provided calm, timing and authority. At one end, Kylian Mbappé remains the headline. His runs and finishes turn tense moments into slogans on the terraces. But at the other end, players like Milito have begun to exert the kind of control that changes games. Emerging defenders such as Dean Huijsen and Alvaro Carreras have grabbed attention with commanding displays in snippets of play, suggesting real scouting and academy pipeline is contributing meaningfully to this early fortress. None of this is accidental. Coaching nuance, precise instructions about when to press, when to hold shape, and how to neutralize opposing wide threats has turned Madrid into a team that allows opponents fewer and fewer clean looks at goal. The flip side of defensive solidity is tactical predictability, and here the attack must shoulder responsibility. Relying on one prolific scorer is a luxury and a risk. Opponents studying Madrid will seek to close Mbappé's channels and dare others to step up. That duel between defensive rigor and attacking creativity will define whether this course is sustainable. For rivals, Madrid's transformation demands recalibration. For broadcast rooms, it rewrites the narrative around Spain's title race. But numbers invite scrutiny. The fact that such a start mirrors a campaign back in 2015-16 places today's achievements in a historical frame. And with that frame comes the inevitable media spotlight and statistical interrogation. The real test emerges in scheduling. Atletico offers raw intensity and the nastiness of derby days. Villarreal introduces a tactical chess match. Juventus brings European experience and defensive craft, and Barcelona supplies the kind of relentless pressing that exposes small errors. Each of those fixtures will function as an examination paper graded in 90 minutes. The next month reads like a syllabus. Maintain focus, avoid complacency, and keep the injured list minimal. For Xabi Alonso, who inherits both praise and pressure, these weeks will define whether his identity building is a foundation or an early season flurry. Managers are judged not only by clean sheets but by how teams respond under strain. By the substitutions, the adjustments, the tiny tactical revolutions made when games tilt. Beyond tactics, the human element persists. Fans crave narratives. The young academy graduate who becomes a bulwark, the defender who learns to time a tackle to perfection, the captain who realizes leadership in the modern game is as much about communication as it is about charisma. Real Madrid have earned the right to a moment of celebration. They should also accept the reality that celebrations are preludes to tests. This defense has captured headlines, and the screenplay now shifts to proof. Can it withstand styles and grit across Spain and Europe? If so, the La Liga race will be reshaped. If not, the early stat line will become a curious foot. For now, the club sits at a compelling crossroads. History glanced in the rear view, future accelerating ahead, and the world watches to see whether Madrid's new fortress becomes a dynasty or an intriguing chapter.